We'll start today with RS 32116, Idaho Parental Choice Tax Credit, and we welcome Representative Horman back to our committee. Welcome. Representative Horman, if you don't mind introducing yourself, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. My name is Wendy Horman. I am a representative from District 32 in Bonneville County. You have before you RS 32116, which is a draft of the Idaho Parental Tax Credit Bill with some adjustments based on feedback that we received from colleagues. Those changes include the definition of non-public school to now call out specifically microschools or learning pods. The bill was perfectly functional before with those, but some folks wanted them called out. You'll also see that it does add they need to be accredited or have a documented portfolio that shows they've taught math, science, reading, and history. You will see we removed the term other educational materials. There was some confusion about what that meant, so we removed it. You will see parents that need to agree to fill out a satisfaction and engagement survey if they participate. You will see that it used to say a student who's full-time enrolled in public school cannot participate. Now it says full-time and part-time. Part-time is defined as 2.5 hours in the state of Idaho under our current funding formula. So if you have a homeschool student who's still taking 1 or 2 classes, you would still be eligible. And Mr. Chairman, that's the essence of the changes.
Thank you, Representative Horman. So by way of explanation to those new members in the committee, this is a new RS that is intended to replace the RS that we introduced a week or 2 ago, which became House Bill 39. Are there questions for Representative Horman? Yes, Representative Monks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For a motion?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Thank you, Chairman. I move that we introduce RS 32116, and then if I may speak to that motion.
You may.
Thank you, Chairman. I may be a little partial, but I'm excited about these changes in this RS. I think it is it's a great piece of legislation, and looking forward to a hearing on this.
Very good. Thank you for the motion and for the comments. Are there questions for Representative Horman? Representative Gannon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Representative Horman, I'm wondering if in any of the changes you've addressed the issues of fairness and the possibility that more than 10,000 people would apply for this tax credit and then not be eligible for the credit, and wonder if there are additional safeguards put in. And I can give you an example. Some self-employed people will file a Schedule C, and they can file on January 2nd, but a W-2 person can't file until they get their W-2, or there may be other receipts or documents they need to file. And so that would set up a disparity already. Have you added anything, or is there anything in this bill that would address those kinds of issues?
Representative Horman.
Thank you, Chairman Cannon. Representative Gannon, I believe the first bill I was here with was fair, responsible, accountable, and transparent. This bill is more fair, transparent, accountable, and responsible, and I will be happy to get into the details of that if this committee chooses to advance this bill for a full hearing.
Thank you, Representative Horman. Representative Gannon, a follow-up?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Representative Horman, is there any language in the bill that directs the Tax Commission to enact rules that would implement it? Implement some of the issues that may come up.
Representative Horman.
Mr. Chairman, Representative Gannon, I will be happy to get into the details of the bill when I return for a full hearing, should this committee choose to introduce it.
Thank you.
Further questions, or is there debate on the motion that's before the committee? Representative Gannon for debate, I assume?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. My concern is with the way it's drafted, that we are setting up a system that is going to be unfair to some, and not intentionally, but just work out so that some people are going to be able to take advantage of this and others are not, and because they are dependent on third parties for their tax information, for example. And I think if, just going into this, it just makes it hard to think that it's going to work out without some amendments, or at least authorizing the tax commission to put in rules that would address some of this. And I think that the fiscal note, therefore, has a problem in that I don't think it's going to be 50 million in the end. And I'm very reluctant to vote against introduction, but I just have to, for those reasons that are in the bill itself, the contents of the bill. I think if it was smooth, and it would not be something I would support, but it would be something that I think would be very valuable to put on the table in debate. So,
Very good. Thank you, Representative Gannon. Is there further debate on the motion before the committee? Seeing none, the motion is to introduce RS 32116. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay? Nay. Would the nays like to be recorded? Yes. Very good. We'll record Representative Gannon and Representative Birch as nays. The motion carries. RS 32116 stands introduced.